The big inauguration news today is not Pelosi. Yesterday it was Michelle. It's Carrie Underwood. And apparently she's losing all sorts of fan groups. The LGBTQ community in particular, I guess, is very upset about the fact that she's agreed to sing at the inauguration. And she's saying, I love my country. I think this is a great chance to express that love and participate in a moment of unity. Her leftist base is not having it, Amala.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised by this whatsoever. If you have any sort of association with Donald Trump, even if that's just singing at the inauguration, you're going to be cut off by every single left-leaning person who used to be a fan of yours. But really, are we surprised? I mean, just look at Carrie Underwood. Have you guys seen the CMAs? Do you know what's going on in country music? It's pretty typical, I would think, that these people would either be supporters of Donald Trump or love their country so much that they're willing to represent it at the inauguration. And that's exactly what Carrie Underwood has taxed herself with. And let's be real, she hasn't come out and given any statement about her politics or how she feels about the 2024 election. So let her be her and let her love this country. We used to be under the umbrella of a shared love for country, but differences in politics. And now it's if you love your country, if you want to represent America, you're a white supremacist MAGA supporter.
No, here's what she said to TMZ. I love our country, and I'm honored to have been asked to sing at the inauguration and to be a small part of this historic event. I am humbled to answer the call at a time when we must all come together in the spirit of unity and looking at the future. She will be performing America the Beautiful. Right? It's like, great. That's what performers do. And the inauguration is not just for core MAGA link. It's for all of America. Why would she say it's the fact that she doesn't hate him? And by the way, she's actually made fun of him in the past. We don't know what her politics are when it comes to Trump, because even some Republicans historically have not liked him. We don't know what her
Right.
But why wouldn't she take this amazing performative opportunity on behalf of the country to try to unify some?
Exactly. I mean, Carrie Underwood should 100% perform at the inauguration, but this is what happens with the left, or this woke mob on the left, especially in the entertainment industry. They preach about diversity all the time, but not diversity of thought, because God forbid you go and perform at a Republican's inauguration, you're suddenly persona non grata. Well, I hate to tell you, Trump just won in a historic landslide. The popular vote, the House, the Senate, the Electoral College. Carrie Underwood should 100% be there, and the fans she might lose on the left, I'm sure she's going to gain on the right, and she's going to sound amazing doing it.
This is what Rolling Stone is reporting, that this cohort of queer fans of Underwood have spent more than a decade believing the singer supported them. Now they're in the midst of unraveling what it means to be suddenly shocked into a reality that does not align with their own. Fan accounts dedicated to Underwood have continued to voice their disappointment in her decision. Quote, while I will always love and support Carrie, this account will not be covering her upcoming appearance at Trump's inauguration, nor any other comments or appearances she makes in support of this convicted felon. The Carrie Underwood UK account shared with its 14,000 followers on X. Other social media users are encouraging listeners who are removing Underwood from their playlists to tune into other artists with more outspoken track records, I think, on LGBTQ or anti-Trump matters. If you need another female country artist that actually gives a shit about society and women, I present to you Casey Musgraves and Maren Morris, one X-post read. Time and time again, they explicitly support what's right and publicly reject racist, homophobic BS. I mean, that's actually surprising to me in country music, Amala, that you've got these two who I don't really know them or what their social media posts are, but that even country's getting divided in the way the rest of the actual country, America, is.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And we've been covering this sort of split that's taking place within country music, and it's been happening over the last few years with Casey Musgraves and Maren Morris. They're extremely pro-LGBTQ. Casey Musgraves has music videos online where she has drag queens running around behind the scenes talking about pride and how love is love. Maren Morris very famously endorsed trans children and transitioning kids and says that we need to protect trans kids, which we all know don't exist. But that created a major rift within country music homophobic, where a lot of people, artists, were dividing over this and their support of Donald Trump and whether or not that makes them homophobic. I have to point out, though, the sense of entitlement that fans have. The most you know about Carrie Underwood is her music and what she looks like. And you think you have some sense of entitlement over her opinion, her political affiliation. And if she doesn't abide by and toe the line of your ideology, you're no longer going to listen to music that you once enjoyed. These are just people robbing themselves of good experiences, of good music, and they can't recognize that there is a divide between you and the artist. You might feel like you have this social relationship with them, but it's a parasocial one, and you're not entitled to their opinion.
Yeah, and by the way, she hasn't even expressed one. Right? She's like literally just going to sing America the Beautiful. So calm down. It's ridiculous. Here is the View link weighing in. I know you were waiting to hear what Whoopi Goldberg had to say, and I have it for you. Take a listen.
I wouldn't do it, even though I can't sing.
You would not sing?
No, I would not. I would not normalize him. And she says, I love our country. How do you love your country and support and normalize somebody who was a convicted felon who really wants to destroy the country, in my opinion? I don't understand how you say you love your country at the same time as you normalize this convicted felon, which I can say now every day.
I agree with you, Joy. I can't sing a lick, but I certainly, and I have not been asked, but if I were asked, it would be a hard no.
Well, people do what they do for whatever reasons. It's like Joe and Mika.
Yeah.
They did what they did. They felt that's what they needed to do, and I got to stand behind them.
Yeah.
You know, and I stand behind her no, not or not, because if I believe I have the right to make up my mind to go perform someplace, I believe they have the same right.
Of course.
And so
That's
I have
true.
to, I have to support.
I mean, of course she has the right to do it. What an inane point to bring them all together. Like what? She's saying absolutely nothing. And those two cretins at the top, right, Joy and Sunny, no, it's a hard no. And how can she go perform at the inauguration of a convicted felon? You can see they just keep wrapping that around themselves, Link, like a lovely little snuggle blanket that a 3-year-old uses.
No, as if the music industry is this great moral place. There are tons of convicted felons in the music industry, working the music industry at these record labels. Does she listen to rap music?
If Sunny's not careful, her husband's going to be one of them.
Her husband. Excuse me, Sunny, your husband. Exactly. He's under investigation. Sunny's going to have to be on that show like, I have a legal note about my husband. But yeah, no, for a second, I thought I was watching Pete Hegseth's confirmation with these screeching women talking over each other. Just painful, painful, painful. I'd rather do anything than watch The View. No, I did not like that. But yeah, no, The View is not a moral authority on anything. I mean, the day I look to Joy Behar for life advice is the day I retire. So no thanks.
Can you expand on your reaction to the Pete Hegseth cross-examiners?
The Pete Hegseth confirmation hearing was like nails on a chalkboard, okay? If I wanted to hear those women screeching and yelling for 3 hours, like I said, I would go and watch The View. And me, I could not do the confirmation hearings because I don't sit in rooms with fluorescent lighting for that long. I mean, it's hard to make Pete Hegseth look bad. The lighting in there was rough. But no, that confirmation hearing was nothing but political theater. Tim Kaine made an ass of himself during that confirmation hearing. So what an embarrassment.
Yeah, he's gotten angrier and angrier. And one of the things that was weird about him during the cross-examination is he kept like sinking further in his seat. Like for the listening audience, I'm going down now. You can only see the top like of my head at my desk. He kept slinking down. It was like the lower he went physically, the lower he went rhetorically. And he just looked like a little, like a rat, you know, in the corner, like low and small and the angry eyebrows and, you know, the performance matched it.
Well, also, Tim Kaine is a guy who campaigned with Doug Imhoff, who was accused of open-faced slapping his girlfriend and then never even really denied it. But the liberal press, they never pressed him on it for the 107 days Kamala Harris ran that campaign. He also campaigned with Bill Clinton, who took how many trips to Epstein's Island? So I don't think Tim Kaine is a moral authority either, but he sat there badgering Pete Hegseth about who he may or may not have slept with 10 years ago. This is someone who's turned his life over to God. He's open about his flaws and everything. He has grit. He's a real man. That's why people resonate with him.
Increased tariffs on our trade partners, tax cuts, and regulation changes. There's a reason why gold is a diversification tactic now more than ever, right? Trump's coming in, he's got a bunch of new policies. And wouldn't it be smart just to like hedge your bets, have a few, you know, eggs in different baskets? Birch Gold is releasing their ultimate guide for gold in the Trump era. It's got a foreword written by Donald Trump Jr., And this is an important thing to read right about now when you're thinking about diversifying. To get your free copy, along with Birch Gold's free info kit on gold, you can just text MK to the number 989898. Here are the facts. The national debt continues to go up. Our interest payments on the national debt continue to go up. Gold can be a hedge against a weakened dollar. And Birch Gold can convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold. Text MK to 989898 for your free copy of the ultimate guide for gold in the Trump era. There's no obligation, just information. These guys have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They've got countless of 5-star reviews and thousands of happy customers. Find out more about Birch Gold by texting MK to the number 989898 today. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.